I really think that we line ourselves up against other women always. Like even like as a kid, like I'm not sure, you know, if you want to touch upon it, but like for me, I was on a diet since the first grade. Like it was always looking at my plate and what are you eating and why are you eating, and no role model for the gym. It's just like, what's the gym? Okay, barely anything athletic. And it became, okay, go to the gym once I was heavy. But then when you're at that point, first of all, going to the gym alone is the worst. So having someone like you is incredible, because even at this age, 37, I'm like, there are so many days where like I need the support or I need like an ass kicking. And I'm like, okay, Alyssa, I fucked up. Now what? And you're just like, okay, tomorrow, today. Or like complaining at the gym, I didn't finish like all my reps. You're like, great, but you were there, you did it. Like we don't do that for ourselves. And it's always this, or at least like for me, and I know a lot of other women, like, oh, and you ate that and now forget it. Everything is out the window. And I've heard a really good analogy. Like if you drop an egg, do you just toss the whole carton on the floor? But like, unfortunately for me, that's the truth. Yeah, I do. I just knock it over and I'm like, fuck it, and I'll start tomorrow. But then there's always tomorrow and Monday.
It's like this chain reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you find that you are able, A, does that happen to a lot of women for you? And B, how do you help them reframe?
Yeah, great question. So how do you not lead today's perceived, or right now's perceived failure, and today's failure, and tomorrow's failure,
Correct.
and so on and so forth, right? It's one, fixing the language. I actually just talked about this with a client in the check-in, because she wrote, I failed because I knew exactly what I was eating, but I didn't track it in the app. And I said, hey, I'm going to use someone else's name, Anna.
Right.
Use the word failed in your check-in. So I don't really care what you said after that,
Right.
but
That's
the
all I
language
saw.
that you're using. I was like, I want you to pick out the ways that you use similar language throughout your day and with other things. And it's just creating awareness around the language that you're already speaking to yourself.
Yeah.
And then, and it's like, how are you talking to yourself? So I am a huge advocate of like daily affirmation and like daily journaling, and actually like writing down your thoughts, because if you're to actually visually look at what you say to yourself, you'd probably stop.
Yeah.
So it's starting with just how you're speaking to yourself in your own personal dialogue and language. Once you become aware of that, you can then assess how you start reacting to all the different things that didn't go as planned.
Right.
And you start planning better, and the reactions are less because you're not in this mindset that you have to course correct all the time, because you're more present.
Right. That's true. And then loving yourself. I think that was also something that, like, back to, has it ever happened to you? Have you ever gotten to a point where you were just like, I hate working out. I don't want to track anymore. Like, this sucks. Or it's just like natural for you?
No, I still go through that. I'm a human.
Good. I love to hear that. Good. Everyone goes through that. Yeah.
The hardest come back for me was I lived so extreme with the bodybuilding lifestyle.
Yep.
Because that's a career. That's a 24/7 when it comes to getting your body prepared for stage.
Right.
Which technically it's like, it's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
And you're chasing something that is intangible, because there's no such thing as perfect, because you're always, when it comes to bodybuilding, you always have to be leaner. You have to always have more muscle, drier, harder. It's just like, and it goes on and on and on. And it's very subjective. So it's really hard to not be logical, and you're so emotional because it's your body.
I know. I think that's the hardest part.
So after being so extreme with the dieting and the workouts and the lifestyle, and I didn't want to stop competing. It was more so I knew I had to. Okay. Because it was what was best for myself, because I knew I wouldn't love what would happen to me if I continued it. So one, I had to mourn a loss of a dream. Yeah. Which was really sad for me.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, which made me hate everything bodybuilding. I was like, well, I don't want lots of more muscle, so I don't want to work out like that in the gym. And, well, fuck dieting. This shit sucks. I want to eat like a normal person. Yep. And then I had like the hormone fluctuations that I had to heal from from coming from competing to getting really low body fat levels. There was an HRT company that was taking care of me, quote unquote, but they were mismanaging my HRT.
What is HRT for those?
Hormone replacement therapy.
Okay. Testosterone, or is it always testosterone? I don't know.
Well, it depends what area you are in life.
Okay.
Typically, like hormone replacement therapy for women who are going through like their perimenopause, menopause journey, postmenopausal journey. You're looking at a few different hormones if needed. We're a huge advocate on to do as little as you need to. So we specifically like recommending addressing testosterone first, because that will naturally yield the rest of your sex hormones to more optimized levels, and it's just a little bit more straightforward.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, so they
little as possible. So they had my testosterone levels too high. Yeah. And it's like a 23, 24-year-old. They probably didn't even need to prescribe me, but the people around me or the coach that I had at the time wasn't that freaking great. But that's what pushed me to really learning and self-educating, because I didn't want what happened to me to happen to other women.
Yeah.
And that's how my husband and I joined forces with coaching, because he went through like similar experiences of seeing, he bodybuilded super young. He started when he was 15 and went pro at like 21 and did the whole thing too. So we like grew up side by side in the industry together as friends. Then we like came together. It's like, we can help so many freaking people together. Like we're already helping people separately, but imagine what we can do together. So that's what led us into that path. But I was just kind of resented. There was a lot of resentment around fitness for me, and I had to fall in love with that again. And the image that I had for myself as, this is my dream body, this is how I'll look perfect, was the competing image of me, and I never saw myself outside of that. So I then had to completely redesign what healthy, fit, feminine, beautiful looked like to me. But I didn't know that until I actually arrived there and just followed the steps of loving fitness again, and then falling in love with being able to make the changes and be like, oh wow, like this is fun again. Yeah. So, and that's ever changing, and you always have to have some sort of goal for yourself, and it can't always be image based. Like it needs to be based on,
which is hard.
Yeah, other things like, you know, I'll tell you this is news to you. We're actually moving to Costa Rica.
What? You just moved to Miami. When are you moving?
November 15th.
No way, next month, literally.
Yes.
It's my son's birthday party, November 15th. You have a house and everything?
So we have a rental house there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I mean, this was kind of like something that's just happened over like the last month or so.
Yes. Yeah. What prompted this? What's in Costa Rica?
It's just a different way of life. So
I love that.
We moved. We actually never wanted to move to Miami, but we did it out of convenience for this office space we were working in while we were working on this project.
Yeah.
Because Carter was commuting back and forth, and you obviously know South Florida.
Yes.
I was like, we're driving to Miami 3 times a day sometimes. This sucks. Like, we have no life.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's a whole different feel. So I get it.
And then that project saw itself through, and again, things sort of just work out the way they were supposed to. Where we're currently living, we can't park our Bronco there full time because so it's this whole thing. So because we signed a 3-year lease, we're like, okay, we're probably going to be here at least 3 years. Like, you know, you have planned God laughs, right?
Oh, absolutely, all the time, absolutely.